Welcome, my name is Mr. Review, and it is time for Iconoclast. Say it ain't so, Joe. If only Pulitzer were still alive. We are all too quick to boast about our free press. Jefferson wrote, "The only security of all is in a free press." A free press is not enough. Our only security is in a good press. Ours isn't the only generation to worry about the quality of their press. The Hutchins Commission, comprised of the best and the brightest, published a free and responsible press back in 1947. The report's observations and recommendations still resonate today. Here's a summary of their proposals. 1. Provide a truthful, comprehensive, and intelligent account of the day's events in a context which gives them meaning. 2. The press and the media serve as a forum for the exchange of comment and criticism. 3. Project a representative picture of the constituent groups in society. 4. Be responsible for the presentation and clarification of the goals and values of the society. 5. Provide full access to the day's intelligence. The Hutchins Commission was responding to the harm done to our civic journalism by the propaganda machines during World War II. But they also recognized that profit motives hurt journalism's sense of responsibility. When we talk about the media and the press, we are talking about the means of mass communication. We are talking about the way we receive the news. The various forms of media provide citizens with political information and influence the ways in which they participate politically. The media is an example of an important linkage institution. Media links the public and its elected officials. The media you and I now use to obtain our news is vastly different, even from just a few years ago. Its role, however, is still fundamentally important to a healthy democracy. These revolutionary changes have not affected the basic roles played by the media in today's political arena. We expect fair and honest reporting, investigative journalism, election coverage, and political commentary. Though there have been many changes in how media delivers political information, it continues to link everyday citizens to a government designed to be responsive to the will of the people. It sounds so textbook. What could possibly be wrong with today's media? It's about time we confront this popular myth. It is time for some candid truth-telling. A free press is not enough. Freedom of the press, one of our most sacred rights, is guaranteed in the First Amendment. Famed newspaper publisher Joseph Pulitzer underscored the reason for such reverence best. He wrote, "Our republic and its press will rise and fall together. An able, disinterested, public-spirited press with trained intelligence to know the right and the courage to do it can preserve that public virtue without which popular government is a sham and a mockery. A cynical, mercenary, demagogic press will produce in time a people as base as itself. The power to mold the future of the republic will be in the hands of the journalists of future generations." And these hands, once reserved for trained journalists using print media, have now come to include anyone with a phone or internet connection. Whereas media once reserved for newspapers, radio, and television, today media has grown increasingly digital, social, and mobile. There are many different formats, platforms, and devices that deliver news. Media consultants tell us that we expect our news to be portable, personalized, and participatory. How about a responsible media? Free does not mean reckless. Free means rid of private interests. Let us not boast of what we do not have. To use a phrase from Sonu Shamdasani, our media all too often suffers from interprefaction. That is, interpretations and constructions that are treated as facts. We all suffer from an epistemology problem. Discerning the truth, facts from fictions, is our existential crisis. The valorization of a subjectivist conception of the truth has become all too common. It must be a priority for our educational institutions to teach information literacy. There are institutional policies that we should ponder. Perhaps it is time we consider restoring the equal time rule and the fairness doctrine. The equal time rule was found in Section 315 of the 1934 Communications Act. Its intent was to treat legally qualified political candidates equally. The Fairness Doctrine was a rule established in 1949 by the Federal Communications Commission. It required licensed broadcasters to devote airtime to controversial issues and to air contrasting views. The Supreme Court found little danger in either provision. In the case Redline Broadcasting Company v. FCC in 1969, the court opined, "Nor can we say that it is inconsistent with the First Amendment goal of producing an informed public capable of conducting its own affairs to require a broadcaster to permit answers to personal attacks occurring in the course of discussing controversial issues, or to require that the political opponents of those endorsed by the station be given a chance to communicate with the public. Otherwise, station owners and a few networks would have unfettered power to make time available only to the highest bidders, to communicate only their own views on public issues, people and candidates, and to permit on the air only those with whom they agreed. There is no sanctuary in the First Amendment for unlimited private censorship operating in a medium not open to all. Freedom of the press from the government interference under the First Amendment does not sanction repression of that freedom by private interests." Again, Joseph Pulitzer reminded us, an able, disinterested, public-spirited press with trained intelligence to know the right and courage to do it can preserve that public virtue without which popular government is a sham and mockery. Surveying today's media, we know sham and we know mockery all too well. My name is Mr. Review, and you have been iconoclassed.